Quite a place you've got here, old boy.
Uncle Albert, you made it.
Nice to see you, Albert. How was your journey?
Yes, quite. Got any beer, Nigel?
Well, I've been a gardener here for many years now. The family's been very good to me.
Hello. I was just looking for the kitchen.
Hi there, Steve, Nigel's friend.
Albert Montgomery, pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
You're Nigel's uncle, aren't you?
Indeed I am, dear. And you are?
Emma. Jenny and I went to university together.
Oh, I see. Edith, my dear, and how are you?
Very well, thank you, Albert.
Have you introduced yourself, Uncle Albert?
Yes, I have. And who might you be?
I'm Charlotte.
We went to school together, Uncle.
Hello.
I think you may have met before.
Oh, you'll have to excuse me. Memory's not what it once was. Shock of the war, that's what did it for me.
You can't be that old, surely.
Falklands, my boy. We couldn't allow the Argies
That's
to...
enough, Uncle.
Yep, no problem. See you soon. That was your brother. He says he's running a bit late, but he'll get here as soon as he can.
We best eat dinner then before it gets cold. Steve, could you just see if that light works?
Yeah, sure.
You okay, Mum? Do you want me to get your inhaler?
I thought the oven was broken.
It was, but the rotisserie counter wasn't.
I popped down there earlier on. Sorry there's no turkey, but I don't think we would have managed without a working oven.
I say, what a shambles. It's Christmas Eve, for goodness sake.
You're pretty lucky your father didn't leave this place to a dog's trust.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice house, but I don't know whether I see myself living here.
Didn't you live here as a child?
Well, Father initially bought it as a holiday home, so it's been in the family for years. But he only moved in when Mum died.
I bet your brother's jealous.
Jenny, where do you work?
I am a teacher at Green Park.
Sorry I'm late. Traffic was awful.
How's things in London?
Oh, good, thanks. Bit wet.
Yeah, I heard there was a storm brewing.
Still hoping for a white Christmas. God, I haven't been here in years. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Looks like you got here just in time, Jonathan.
Looks like that storm's arrived after all.
I think I've left the washing out.
Could you pass me some?
Of course, love.
Well, that's plenty, thank you. And how was your trip to India?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. The Taj Mahal was magnificent, and the food was exquisite.
Fantastic.
So what profession are you in?
I'm a lawyer.
Ah, we're in the same line of work then. I'm a policeman.
Oh, right, really? What unit? CID?
No road traffic.
Oh, the kind that ruins others' days for the simple misdemeanour of speeding.
I'll go check the fuse box.
Do you want a hand, mate?
Jonathan, do you mind helping me look for some candles?
Sure.
Have a look in the office, there might be some in the desk. Emma, could you look upstairs for me? Yeah. And I'll have a look in the kitchen.
Actually, I think I've got a couple of torches in the car.
Well, we're in number 3.
Oh my god. Jenny! Nigel, help!
Oh, what? I know first aid. Neil. Neil, can you hear me? He hasn't got a pulse.
Jesus.
He's bleeding.
Where? Oh, God. He's been stabbed. Someone call the police.
What? Who would do that?
Look, someone just please call the police.
I'll do it. Has anyone got a phone?
Here, take mine.
I can't get through.
No signal. Someone else try.
Same.
I haven't got anything either.
It must be the storm.
Steve, have you got anything?
Nothing.
Emma?
Nothing. Haven't you got a landline?
One was never installed. Father never wanted to be disturbed.
Look, someone's gonna have to go for help. I'd go, but I've had too much to drink.
I'll go.
I think we should wait until the storm passes.
Someone in this house has just murdered this man. We can't just all sit around here and do nothing.
Be careful.
You lot need to stick together, and I'll be as quick as I can.
Who could have done something like that?
He was such a lovely man.
Well, it was obviously one of us in this room.
Maybe not. It could have been Nigel.
How can you say that? Nigel's my husband and your friend.
Look, I'm just saying. He was keen to get away earlier.
No, it couldn't have been Nigel. He loved Neil. They were such good friends.
He did seem to jump at the chance to get away.
Now, this is no time to argue. Fighting between each other. Have some respect.
It couldn't have been Nigel. He was with me at the fuse box.
What, for the whole time? Emma!
Pretty much. He nipped away to get a replacement fuse, but he was only gone a few minutes.
That's enough.
Nigel's back.
Already?
Now don't tell me that's not suspicious.
You're back sooner than expected.
Oh, the road's flooded, about a mile on.
Sure.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, how do we know it wasn't you?
What? That's preposterous. Why would I have killed Neil? He was my friend.
You were keen to get away.
No, I wasn't. I went to get help.
Could have been any of us.
Exactly. And arguing about it isn't going to help any of us. Least of all Neil.
We should investigate.
And what would be the point? No one here is going to admit to murder.
So we just wait until someone else gets killed then?
Jonathan's right, we should look into it.
Steve, you're a policeman.
I'm a traffic officer.
It's not fair to ask Steve to look into it.
You got something to hide, Nigel?
Nigel?
Jennifer, of course he hasn't. How can you doubt your own husband?
How could I have done it? I would have thought you would have had more faith in me than that.
Well, looks like this is up to you then, Steve.
Possibly think it was me.
I don't know what to think. It's Christmas, for God's sake.
It's one hell of a present. Oh, come on, Steve. How could I have done it? I only left you for a few seconds.
I know, but I need to be sure.
All right then. When the lights went out, we went to reset the switch on the fuse box. I'll go and get another fuse. Why am I telling you this? You were there.
Just go on.
We saw that the fuse had blown, so I went to get another one from Father's old workshop. Hang on. How do I know it wasn't you?
So I was holding the switch up to keep the lights on while we went for the replacement fuse, remember?
Ah, yeah, I suppose. I didn't kill him. I only left you for a few minutes.
The opportunity for murder could be great or small. You'd be surprised how little time it takes to murder someone.
But I didn't.
Did you see anything suspicious in the hallway?
I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't murder him.
I can't rule you out, Nigel. Can you send in Jenny, please?
Okay.
Nigel, wait. I know we're good friends, but this is important. If there's the slightest possibility that you killed this man, I can't ignore it. I gotta go by the book.
No, I understand.
Jenny, take a seat. Did you kill Neil?
No, of course I didn't.
Where were you when the lights went out?
I was in the kitchen, we were looking for candles.
Was anyone with you?
No. Emma, Jonathan and I decided to split up.
Did anyone see where you went?
I don't know, you'd have to ask the others. Look, is this really necessary? We both know I didn't kill him.
Do you know who did?
I don't know.
Jenny? If you have suspicions, now's the time to tell me.
I don't.
Okay. Okay, we're done here. I'll be in a minute.
The road's flooded, about a mile on.
You got something to hide, Nigel? Who's next?
He didn't say. He just said he'd be through in a minute.
Albert, could you come with me, please?
Excuse me, please, Jonathan.
You ever visited this house before, Albert?
No, I've never been here before. My brother was a very private man. We didn't speak much.
So you never came to visit, not even once?
Well, of course I did, but he preferred the pub.
Did you know Neil?
We'd never met before tonight, but he seemed like a nice man.
You were a soldier. You've killed before.
That's not fair.
Fairness doesn't come into it. A man is dead.
I may have gone to war, but it doesn't mean I enjoyed it.
I'm sorry, Albert.
Let's just get on with this. I didn't kill Neil.
Okay. So where were you when the lights went out?
I was alone in the dining room.
And you never left there?
Not until I heard the scream.
Very well. I think we're done here.
You will find out who did this, won't you, Steve?
I'll try my best.
I've lived a long life, met a lot of people, but you're a good man, Steve. You know that.
Edith, can you come with me, please?
Of course.
Oh, God!
Edith.
Mum, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine. Oh!
I think she sprained her ankle.
Nigel, have you got a first aid kit or something?
Oh, don't die. I had enough of that already today.
That's not helpful, Jonathan.
Oh, come on, Nigel. Where are you?
I'll go see where he is.
Try not to move, Edith.
I think I've got some painkillers in my bag.
Jonathan, can you do something useful and go and get Edith some water?
Fine.
There's nothing useful in there. Jenny, have you got any frozen peas or something?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It's okay.
Let's try and get her. Easy, Dad. Easy, Dad.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Thanks, Jenny.
Sorry.
Okay, right. I think it's just a bad sprain. We should ring the ambulance just in case.
In case you've forgotten, Steve, the phones aren't working. That's why you're playing detective instead of getting a real one in.
Hang on, Jonathan.
No, he's right. I wasn't thinking.
Where's Emma?
Emma? Emma? You okay? Emma? Emma?
Albert? What's wrong? She okay?
What's going? Oh my god!
She's gone. Charlotte, can you take Albert back into the lounge? I think it's best if everyone stays together.
Have you found her?
Where have you been, Nigel?
Emma is dead.
What?
Sit down, lad. I regret to inform you all that Emma's been murdered. I can only presume that it happened when we were dealing with the commotion of Edith's fall. Somebody in this room is the killer. And although they're doing a very good job of hiding it, I will find out who it is. I can assure you all that I will finish this. The perpetrators of this crime will not go unpunished. And both Emma and Neil's death will be avenged. So if I can ask you all to remain in here while I continue my investigations. Okay? Thanks.
What happened?
I don't think anybody wants to talk about it, Nigel.
Someone snapped her neck and dumped her in Steve's chair.
I think maybe we should just leave it there.
Jenny? What's wrong? Come inside.
You asked me if I had any suspicions and I didn't tell you. Well, now Emma's dead and that could be on me.
What do you mean?
I think it might have been Nigel.
Why do you expect that?
I don't know. He seemed shifty and he had the opportunity to do both murders and he didn't really seem that concerned. And what if he was...
Hey, it's okay. Calm down.
But if I'd have told you, she could still be alive.
Leave that to me. I really don't think it would have made much of a difference.
You don't think it was Nigel?
I'm still investigating. I really can't talk about it. Hey, go into the sitting room. Go and calm down with the others, okay? And if you can tell Jonathan to meet me in the dining room, that'd be great. Go on.
Okay.
So what are you going to accuse me of then, Steve?
I'm not going to accuse you of anything. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Go on then.
Okay. Where were you at the time of the murders?
I don't know, I can't remember.
Neil was killed less than 3 hours ago. Emma less than 1. I need to know where you were in order to rule you out as a suspect.
I was looking for candles in the office when Neil was killed, just as Jenny asked.
Okay. And when Edith fell, where were you then?
Getting water for her from the kitchen.
Why?
Albert told me to make myself useful.
Is that when you killed Emma?
What? No!
Forgive me, Jonathan, but it doesn't seem like you're that concerned with what's happening this evening.
It doesn't mean that I killed them.
No, you're right. But right now, you're looking really guilty.
Well, I'm not.
We're done here. Charlotte, I know you're upset. I do. But if there's anything you can share with me to help me in this investigation, I really need to know.
Yes, of course.
Did you know Neil or Emma before this evening?
I'd never met Neil before, but I knew Emma.
Okay. Where did you know Emma from?
From Nigel's wedding. You were there too.
Yeah, of course. And, sorry to ask this, but where were you when Neil was killed?
I was with Albert originally, but then I just popped out to the loo.
And was he there when you came back?
Who?
Albert.
I never made it back. As I was washing my hands, I heard Emma scream, so I headed straight for the stairs.
Okay. That's great, thank you. I think that's all we need for now.
Do you know who killed them?
I really can't say, but as soon as I know more, I'll let everyone know. I thought I told everyone to stay together.
Jenny and Nigel have had a row.
So where are the others?
Oh, well, Jonathan's gone to get another drink, and Albert's having his cigar. And last I knew, Charlotte was with you.
Okay. I'm gonna go and round them up.
Do you know who killed them?
I'll be through in a minute. Today has been a very dark day indeed for us all. Our white Christmas stained red. I've come to a conclusion, and I think it's right. After Neil's death, I questioned you all one by one, with each answer building on what I'd learned from the last. We were all alone when the lights went out, so we all had the opportunity to murder. Initially, I thought it was Jonathan. His anger, his arrogance, his temper clearly stood out from you all. And his jealousy for his brother's inheritance made him a prime suspect. If not to have the death as some way of undermining his father's worth and last wishes. But I was wrong. Nigel bore all your suspicions. Even his wife came to me with her concerns. But I've known Nigel for a long time. I know in my heart he would never have done this. And I was right. Because Nigel couldn't have killed Neil and got the replacement switch in that small amount of time. Plus, he didn't have a motive. Now, those who are first to accuse have normally got something to hide. So my focus turned to you, Jenny. However, after your mother's fall, you remained by her side for the rest of the night. As it's clear from these murders that they were all done by one killer, so it couldn't have been you. But although you're not the killer, that doesn't make you innocent. You see, I found this card in Neil's jacket pocket, but it wasn't the card that arose my suspicions, more what was written inside that revealed the truth. Seems Jenny and Neil have been seeing each other for a few months. They tried to keep it hidden from you, Nigel. Until now, they had.
Jennifer, how could you?
I'm so sorry, Nigel. It was just
Not now, Jenny. Just stop.
Then I moved on to Albert. Man born in his own time. An older generation. soldier, a war hero, a killer. But he didn't kill. Not tonight. And we all know Edith couldn't have done it because we were all around her when she injured her ankle. At that time, that was when Emma was murdered. She remained in here for the rest of the night, so she couldn't have killed Jonathan. Sadly, I didn't get to question Emma because the killer struck at a heartless time, a time of confusion, a time when we were dealing with the Edith's fall. That's when they chose the next victim. Which leaves us with our final suspect, Charlotte, a dentist, a high member of society. But why would she kill Neil, Jonathan, or Emma? Until a few minutes ago, I wasn't sure who the killer was. Until I came across some files in the hallway of Jonathan's. Now in them, I found that Jonathan lost a court case earlier this year. Because of it, a client was sued and subsequently their business collapsed. But who's the client? A baker? A gardener? A dentist? You see, you were angry at Jonathan, Charlotte, understandably. But your anger turned to vengeance, and that's why you killed Jonathan. But why Emma? Now, me and Emma have been getting on famously all night. But you couldn't keep your jealousy hidden about our relationship. So you killed it out of spite.
Why would I kill her for that?
People have killed for less. Well, that answers two of the murders. Just leaves one left. Why did you kill Neil? You didn't know him. You'd never met him before. But then it occurred to me that Neil and Jonathan were the same build, the same height. So I think in your haste to kill Jonathan, you didn't actually see who you were stabbing. And you killed Neil because you thought he was Jonathan. If it hadn't been for those files, I wouldn't have discovered the truth.
Charlotte, is this true?
He didn't even apologise. I had nothing.
I have nothing. I've lost my brother, my friend, now my wife.
I'm sorry, Nigel.
I don't want to hear it.
You should be ashamed of yourself, young lady.
Charlotte Ackerman, I'm arresting you for the murders of Neil Ripley, Emma Sellers, and Jonathan Montgomery. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
A local dentist appeared in Guildford Crown Court today, charged with the murder of a lawyer who failed to defend them in court. The initial prosecution followed a lawsuit, which led to the collapse of the defendant's business.
Good morning, Albert. Are you ready for your next dose?
No, I don't need any more. I'm fine.
You've been in a car crash, Albert.
Oh.
This will help ease the pain.
Oh.
I'll tell Dr. Hanson you're awake and the policeman who saved you from the car is in the waiting room. Should I send him in?